Hi everyone, this is just a little bit about my website. So on my first tab is my About Me. So just a little bit of information about me, some things that I plan to do after school, my major, things like that. And so these are just some pictures of like me with a bunch of kids that I did a camp with and things like that. And then on my next page, I have my accomplishments, which is basically just like a shortened resume. It talks about my education, my experiences. And then my next page is my lesson plan, which is on a read aloud of The Mysterious Tadpole. So I'm just going to skip down a little bit. So I talk about like what I'll do before reading, during reading, after reading, and then I get down to my assessment, and that's what I asked my questions about to my expert, which I'll talk about in a little bit. And then my last tab is just my contact information. So I did my project on Dr. Shanahan. So he has a website with just a lot of different articles about reading and writing, and he wrote them all actually. So he kind of knows a lot about like reading and writing, especially with early childhood education. So he is currently a professor at urban education at the University of Illinois at Chicago. His research emphasizes reading, writing relationships, reading assessment, and improving reading achievement. And he was actually inducted to the Reading Hall of Fame in 2007. And then I just scrolled down a little bit. I picked him because of his expertise in reading and writing, and I did a read aloud, so I thought he would be able to help a lot with my assessments. So the questions I asked him, if there were just any recommendations he'd make to enhance the assessments, to like know more about the students' comprehension throughout the read aloud. And then I asked if there were any other teaching strategies he would suggest to prepare the students for assessment. And then just lastly, kind of generic, that like any recommendations to keep the students engaged, because that's kind of always a problem with younger children. And so I sent him an email on March 4th asking about these questions, and then he didn't answer, so I tweeted at him, and then right away he answered after that, and he actually said he didn't have time to do this, so I just got this response yesterday. So that was a little sad, but his articles definitely would be able to help talk about things that would enhance the lesson plan and things like that. So if I went through and like looked at a bunch of his articles, I'm sure that would be very helpful to add to my lesson plan. Thanks.